So we have a huge event tomorrow, as everyone is aware. We have the iPhone unveiling. I'm so excited for Apple. I'm so excited for the world. I think honestly, half the world population owns this phone. It's absolutely everywhere, which explains the huge valuation of the company. Throughout this video, what I'm going to do for you guys is lay out kind of what the event is going to cover tomorrow and also how we can potentially play into this. I'm going to give you my personal stock price target, and we're going to talk about how we can trade into this both intraday and long term as well. Now before I get started, like every video, I ask that you smash that like button. Also comment below if you have any questions throughout this video, or if I miss any information, please share that below with everyone else so we can help each other out here leading up to the big day tomorrow. Also, if you're into stock trading, feel free to subscribe to this channel. What you get for subscribing to this channel is weekly uploads. I like to upload videos that encompass anything with market news, very popular stocks such as Apple, and things like that. Some of the videos can even be your suggestion. If you'd like to see any specific topics, again, just let me know in those comments right below there. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about what we can expect to see tomorrow. So tomorrow, Tuesday, October 13th, is the iPhone event. This will be held at Apple Park at 10 a.m. Pacific time or noon Central time. So typically this event has been held in September, but as you can imagine, COVID-19 had a substantial impact on that. A lot of it is alluding to, a lot of the manufacturing and raw materials and components that are overseas in China and things like that. It's really just causing a lot of manufacturing delays, and even if things were manufactured domestically, we are seeing quite a bit of substantial delay in the overall global supply chain. So COVID-19 had a substantial impact on that. So last month it kept a little light. They unveiled, the new watches, things like that. But this is really the big one that everyone's looking forward to. But according to the CFO of Apple, Luca Maestri, he claims that the iPhones will be on sale a few weeks later. So I mean, this is typical. Usually right after this event or this announcement, the phones usually sell, within the following weeks or months. So nothing atypical here, right? Likely we'll start to see these go on sale probably more towards the tail end of this month. And then, when we have the more advanced high spec versions, such as the proposed iPhone 12 Max, which is what I'll get into next, that we'll probably see more later this year. Now this is significant because they're expected to unveil perhaps the largest exterior design that they've, updated since about 2017. It's supposed to have iPad-like edges and kind of have more of that flatter bezel that people are really used to. And this is very comparative to the iPhone 4 model. The thing with these phones too, they will support 5G, but take it with a grain of salt because 5G is not entirely implemented across the country yet. And also 5G just, has different strengths and signals depending on where it is located. So there's still a little bit more time for this technology, but it is part of the incentive to get ahead of the curve for what's up and coming for cell phone service. Now, through multiple sources, and you can easily Google this, I'm excited to share with you guys that there will likely be 4 new iPhones unveiled, right? So the iPhone 12 mini, that'll be approximately a 5.4 inch screen. The regular iPhone 12, which will be 6.1 inch screen. The iPhone 12 Pro, which will be a 6.1 inch screen plus additional specs. And then the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is a 6.7 inch screen, and this will be the largest screen on a phone that they've produced yet. Now the iPhone Pro Max, this is one of the ones I was talking to earlier, where it will take likely a little bit more time to get into people's hands, but that's okay. I mean, this will obviously be the most expensive phone of the group. I mean, it's gonna be easily upwards of $1,100, $1,200 based on how previous phones have been priced. And then likely at the end of this event, like Apple always does, they will likely unveil a new product line. A lot of people are speculating around new audio products, so we could see, potentially Bluetooth wireless headphones. We could see kind of like Apple Alexa products, so kind of like the at home, like the Dots, you talk to it, it responds to you, things like that. So expect some of that coming your way. All right, so to finish off this video, what I'm going to do at the end here is jump into my screen. We're going to conduct a technical analysis, and I will give you guys my price prediction for both intraday and also long-term investing as well. So let's hop right over here. So here we have the Thinkorswim platform. This is offered by TD Ameritrade. I love to use this in all my videos. And here we have Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Now, just quick glance here at the 180-day chart. As you can see, it has generally been appreciating throughout the rest of this year. Now, we have seen, in the recent weeks that it has been somewhat volatile, and it has finally broke below this green 180-day SMA line, as it has struggled in the past few months to break so. So since it broke through, we're seeing election volatility, stimulus talk volatility, unemployment volatility. All these things are contributing to the ultimate stock price. But if we hone in on just today and the recent movements, you can see it is starting to curve up. You can see it starting to curve up, and it is finding phenomenal strength above this teal blue EMA line. Now, when the candlesticks are not only crossed above this line, but they have this much space in between them, and this is a little tip, it is showing extremely strong price action here. My MACD indicator is showing it's on an upward momentum trend. The RSI indicator is showing that it is extremely overbought, and this will bring me into my next point. So before I jump into this, let's talk about the catalyst that will be affecting this price in both the near term and the long term. So obviously we have the event coming up, this huge iPhone event. This is significant. It will impact the stock price. We also have earnings on October 29th. This is huge. If you guys look at my Thinkorswim platform here, you can see it has a little symbol out here. This is when earnings will be. So something to keep in mind. Now, the last time Apple had a huge potential upgrade like this, there was this whole super cycle of sales that followed. Instances like their iPhone 6, which they released in 2014. The following fiscal year, that generated $231 million in phone sales. Analysts from Morgan Stanley and other companies, I like Morgan Stanley, but regardless, analysts are full of all the time. But here's the thing, right? This is something we can definitely speculate on, and they're already projecting that there could be upwards of $220 million fiscal year of 2021 of iPhone sales following the iPhone 12 release. Now, it's possible, who knows, but it's something to consider, especially if you're a long-term investor. Now I'm going to jump into it a little more for intraday trading. So again, like I said, intraday, the last day, it has been pumping up substantially. If I hone in here on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, as you can see, it stayed above the middle and top VWAP all day. It's breaking through, it's creating higher highs, and it is on the upward trend, man. Now, something we got to really be careful with. If we look at the RSI indicator, this is last week, it is extremely overbought right now. Can we see a pullback leading up to earnings? Me personally, in my experience, I think this could pull back quite a bit before earnings. If not, it will continue to pump, and then through earnings, people are going to cash out immediately after and see a huge sell-off. Anything can happen here. The reason why I'm saying this is because of volatility. So there's going to be extreme volatility with this stock. Do not trade it intraday unless you are a very experienced trader, right? Take emotion out, set your stop losses, and stick to your plan, because something like this could easily gap down or up in the next few hours. So you got to be very careful with that. Now, I must disclose before I continue any further in this video, I'm not a guru, right? I'm not an expert. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Everything is up to you guys. I'm here to help. And again, I'm just sharing you guys my breadth of knowledge. If I'm missing anything throughout this video, any details, anything like that, or if you have your own opinions, just let me know below in the comments. Let the community know so we can grow together as a group and help each other out as well. Now, enough of that. Let's keep continuing. So again, intraday, just expect a lot of volatility. My price target intraday leading either up to earnings or after earnings is anywhere between $120 and $135. That's just what I'm shooting for. Now, before you set up for this, again, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a clear entry point, exit point, and stop loss in case this completely gaps down overnight or something like that, and you miss out on some potential profit. Which brings me to my next point. If you miss out on profit on this, let me tell you something, rest assured, you're probably going to be okay bag holding this. And if you don't know what bag holding is, I made a video linked up below as to what that is. But bag holding essentially is you're holding on to your stock and just kind of hoping that it'll come back in price. I think something like Apple, you're going to be all right, even if you miss out on this opportunity, especially with earnings coming up. You have a second chance to kind of, rebuttal and see if you can kind of figure out the more intraday opportunities due to, near catalysts, right? So just earnings reports, announcements, things like that, stock splits. These things are very hard to play, just generally speaking with trading, but it's phenomenal opportunity. Now let's talk about this long term. This is more of my style. Now long term, I'm looking to possibly buy in after this, sells off from people kind of cashing out from the hype. I'm looking to buy in then. Now, if I zoom out here, again, this stock has appreciated so well over the last year. You know, it was at lows of $53 to highs of 138.55, right? So the stock is extremely appreciated over time, and this is through COVID. Can you imagine a regular trading season or a market season? My point is, though, Apple, it's not going anywhere. They're going to have to continuously split their shares as they always have because this company is just doing great. They're one of the, I think they're the highest valued company in the entire world. If not, they're up there. They have a $2 trillion valuation that they bounce in between, which is phenomenal. But again, Apple's not going anywhere unless you stop seeing the average person holding an iPhone, which I extremely doubt, which is probably every other person, which is pretty insane. This company's not going anywhere. So my plan is, again, I'm going to wait. Since it's a little more in an overbought state, I'm going to wait for it to pull back, buy in, average up if I need to, and then just hold on to it for a few months. My personal plan is I want to hold on to it through earnings. And then towards the end of the year, I have a personal price target as a long-term / swing trade investor of about $150 by the end of this year. Now, I'll probably continue to hold this, and I'm really not sure yet, but it depends on if I hit my target or not. And it also depends on a few other things. So following these quarterly earnings, following the end of this year, we're going to have our Q1 reports before we know it. Q1 earnings are theoretically going to be phenomenal because we had just had the iPhone release, had a little bit of time to get out on the market and people to buy it. So we can continue again to see Apple appreciate as it always has, as it always will. So like this video if it helped you guys out. Again, comment below if I missed anything in this video at all, or if you have any other questions, maybe it's just about stock trading in general. I'm here to help you out. Also, feel free to subscribe once more. What you get for subscribing to my channel is weekly uploads. I mean, weekly uploads entice market news, things like this, such as popular stocks, you know, with Apple and upcoming catalysts, anything like that. And there's also simply videos throughout my channel on just how to stock trade, what are the basics, things like that. So that's all I have for today, guys. I'm super excited for this new phone. I personally plan on buying it myself. I love Apple products. They're phenomenal. But again, that's all I have for today, guys. Happy trading.